Obviously, a battle. First half, I thought we talked about a lot of stuff and did zero of it. And then third and fourth, they did. And they did it very well. So obviously we had a rough night offensively. Give credit to their defense and give credit to us missing. I thought it was a little bit of both. But that's a tough team. This is where they like the score to be. And we'll go back, look at the film, and make some adjustments. Happy that we won. It's better than losing, but there's a lot of things that we can do better.
Becky, first question will be to your left in the front row.
Becky, Willie Ramirez with the Associated Press. I'll let someone else ask about Asia and Chelsea. You and I sat yesterday, and you were tossing and turning about De'Erica. She comes in and gives you 10 blue-collar minutes. I felt like that was the spark. Down 6, she comes out, up 4. Please comment on De'Erica.
Well, she was phenomenal. She was ready to go. I just got to the point where I was like, my biggest, baddest beast is sitting over there. I just got to throw her in. They want to play a rough game. She's my girl. So kudos to her being locked in. Probably even ready to go more mentally than anything. That's a tough situation. She hasn't played a lot of minutes. And to come in and just be super solid gives us a lot of flexibility. I mean, you saw we went super big on that last defensive possession. Willie, I'm just pulling strings, trying to get a W. That's all I'm doing.
Next question to your left in the first row.
Hey, Coach. Nick Hamilton, Nightcast Media. Congratulations on the win. You talked about just playing consistent. As far as defensively, you guys really stepped it up, especially in the fourth quarter. Asia really got physical, which seemed like it set everything else off in a way where you guys can lead down to the win. But how do you get that consistency for 4 quarters in Game 2?
It comes from them. I can try to push and prepare all the right ways, but at the end of the day, they got to decide they're going to go out and do it. And they did. When they have 26 in the second half in a WNBA, that's hard work. And they just dug in. We ramped up our physicality. It felt like we had to get punched in the face before we reacted. And then once, you could take a little stinger, then all of a sudden you got your attention, and they woke up. So that's a team that, at the end of the day, they play so hard the entire game. They're relentless. That team is relentless. And so you can never let your foot off the gas.
Becky, next question, second row center.
Hey, Becky, Maggie Hendricks with Bally Sports. Was there anything specific talked about at halftime that you think kind of lit a fire under them?
Oh, I was lit. I was lit. Because everything we had talked about, we didn't do any of it. And true to form, they just step up and do it then. I'm like I said, I don't even yell in my real life. But when you feel so strongly about how you have to play a certain way, and I feel very strongly offensively and defensively about how we have to play. When you go out there and you don't execute it, it's frustrating. But at the end of the day, they know it. They're smart. They get it. But they had beat us in every hustle category. And that can't happen. You can't lose a championship or a game or a quarter on hustle. That can never be the case.
Becky, next question, first row to your right.
Danny Webster, Las Vegas Sun. Becky, off the hustle categories, 13 offensive rebounds for them today. Offensive rebounds were a big problem in the Seattle series too, I guess. Was it just a matter of their size, or is it just something else to that?
I mean, size is part of it, but it's about mentality. It's about being intentional. It's about being purposeful. When the shot goes up, you go find a body, and you put yours on it. and then go grab the ball. Some of the greatest rebounders ever in the history of the game. Rebecca Brunson was small. She was a monster because she had a mindset. You got to have a mindset that I'm going to go get the ball. I'm going to block you out. Thank God. And I'm going to go get the ball. That's it. You don't have to be the biggest and baddest. Be smart. Play with your feet. Be intentional about what you're doing. And then at the end of the day, it's all of us. It can't just be Asia getting this and Kia getting this. It's got to be Plum. I thought Plum's defense down the stretch really sparked her. She just played hard. Her shot wasn't falling. She found other ways to impact the game. And at the end of the day, that's what you have to have, that kind of mentality. Okay, it's not falling for me today, but how can I still help my team? And she did that. They all did that in the second half. De'Erica, same thing. She didn't get a sniff in the first half. Comes out there and completely changes the aspect of the game. That's a pro, first of all. But just being ready to go, and it's a mentality. Her mentality is more of a physical mentality. That's what we needed, so that's what we pulled on. But rebounding is not about size. Size certainly helps, but that's not the final story. They're relentless on the glass. We feel if we can just keep it close, we'll be doing well, because that's what they do best.
Becky, next question, second row to your left.
Roz Goldenwood, ESPN. Two-part, just to follow up on what this kind of line here is, you referenced twice, they didn't do what we discussed before the game, and then you had to get lit with them in the locker room. What were the things you discussed coming into the game?
Points in the paint, rebounding, hustle points, transition points, second chance points. You could go down the list. We didn't do any of them until the second half.
Were you outside yourself? Were you more lit than usual in this halftime?
Yes.
Okay, now the second one. This is just something that we've been following since this whole playoff run. Chelsea Gray's shot making and one-on-one tough shots are captivating. Just curious for you as a coach, what that's like, encouraging her to be her, but also not wanting your offense to get stagnant in those moments when she does miss.
Yeah. So obviously, I can help her better. I can be better. Down the stretch, we can do some things. Obviously, they were very committed to taking her away. So there's a couple things that we could do, but the biggest play of the game that Chelsea made was the charge, a defensive play, because that was a guaranteed two coming. They had, I believe, Thomas coming down the lane with nobody, with green pastures, and that charge changed the whole game. So I'll do a better job of helping her. We do have other options is a good thing for me. She's just been on another planet. It's been working. I've been trying to stay out of her way, give her the ball. Tonight, we struggled a little bit, and we'll be better. Game two, I already know what we're going to do. My mind's already reeling, so.
All right, we're going to have two more questions, one within the room and then one on Zoom. Becky, standing to your right.
Andy Amash, the Las Vegas Review-Journal. Becky, Brianna Jones had 10 points at halftime, seemed like a real problem for your defense. She finishes the game with 12. What was she doing in that first half that was causing you problems, and how did you solve that?
Well, she was getting super deep catches. She had a couple pick-and-pop situations where she knocked down a 12-footer, 10-footer. So she took what we gave her. We made a little bit of an adjustment at halftime with her. But after that, they went very big, and we just kind of sat in that zone and just mucked it up. And I thought just bringing a lot of bodies and congestion, but I thought she got some deep touches. I thought our pick-and-roll defense was problematic on the backside, not initially, where, and we'll go through some stuff, but schematically we handled the pick-and-roll better, which helped us in the paint. Second half.
Last question will go to Zoom. Chantel, go ahead, please.
Hey, Becky. Chantel Jennings with The Athletic. Asia sets the tone for this team on the floor, but I'm curious how you've seen her grow as a leader during this MVP season.
I think coming into it, you watch her on tape, this and that. Asia Wilson, her leadership, who she is, she got it factor. She got it factor. She gets it. She understands leadership. Because I didn't really know her as a person, you know. I was watching like everybody else was watching from afar. I'm like, yeah, she got beast skills. She's a beast human. She's a good one. I'll go to battle with her any day.